Welcome back to the
are
Gen Z
crying.
Speaks podcast. I'm Matt Gutierrez, here with my co-host, Ibrahim Ahmed. I'm here today to teach him about Dale Carnegie's masterpiece, How to Win Friends and Influence People Part 2.
We did the first episode of this series, I think, a week ago, maybe 2 weeks. I think it's
You don't
been
need to
2 weeks.
mansplain this
I
to the
will. I'll
audience.
mansplain it to you.
You know how to
I'll
mansplain.
mansplain it to you.
They have eyes.
You need mansplaining.
They
You look like a
watched
type of guy who needs mansplaining.
they watch all the podcast episodes.
No.
They
I don't
don't?
think they do.
They don't think they
I'm
do?
not seeing massive change around America. I'm not seeing my vision happening, so I don't think they're seeing it. I need all 300 million people to see this podcast. More than 300 million, actually.
Bro, you don't have to let it linger like that.
I will.
You don't
I'll
gotta
let it linger whatever I want to.
You have to let it
Whenever I
linger.
want to. Come on, let's get
Okay,
going.
the cranberries. All right, man. So last episode we discussed part 1 and part 2 of how to win friends and influence people. Part 1 was the fundamental techniques in handling people. Part 2 was the 6 ways to make people like you.
Mhm.
That is something you definitely needed. You needed to learn how to make people like you.
I needed to learn how to
Lots
make
of
people
issues.
like me.
Lots of issues here. Today we'll be talking about how to win people to your way of thinking
Yes.
and
My way, the highway, right?
and be a leader, how to change people without giving offensive or arousing resentment.
You can do everything. You can do anything you want.
You can do anything you want, especially when you're David Goggins. Okay. Part 3, how to win people to your way of thinking. 1, you can't win an argument.
Mhm.
The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it.
Yes.
Interesting.
Hold on. Say that last part again.
The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it.
Say it one more time.
Yeah.
Your singing messed me up so badly. My ears are still recovering. Go. I still hear.
Okay, so the first lesson is you can't win an argument, and it's saying the only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it, to avoid the argument.
What do you think about this? Do
That's
you agree?
interesting. I don't know if I agree. I agree to the extent that you should try to avoid arguments by, word techniques. But there's some things that you just can't avoid, right? Some things you're going to have disputes with your friends or your family on, and I think when that comes about, there has to be the best way to approach the situation.
I think a better phrase would be you should avoid confrontation.
Confrontation?
Confrontation that is aggressive. Because arguments by nature are not supposed to be confrontational, are they? An
think they
argument
are.
is just a disagreement over something. They can become confrontational.
Oh, you're saying physically confrontational?
Yeah, like physically confrontational is what I'm thinking of. But it doesn't need to
Yeah.
be. Confrontations can be verbally confrontational as well.
Yeah.
They don't need to be physical in nature.
Yeah. I think I've told you this before, I think all disputes or confrontation at the root of things is a physical confrontation. I think that's what nature proposes. That's why animals, they attack, they don't argue.
What about family? You think it's physical with family
I
too?
think a lot of people do. I think as humans we try to suppress it,
Yeah.
but it's that we are suppressing it. It's not naturally, you know what I'm saying? It's not naturally.
So when somebody gets angry, you think that's out of a need to physically express yourself?
100%. I
Interesting.
think when you're a kid, especially when you're a baby, what's the first thing they do? They kind of swat, right? They go with their hands. They try to swat you if you're doing something they don't like, because they don't know how to
instinctually.
naturally they don't know how to express it, and so they
Mm.
naturally swat. And then once you get older, you're tamed and you're taught, hey, you don't hit people. Hey, you don't do this. You use your words. Use your words, right? And you
Yeah.
learn to do it through words.
Some people never learn.
Some people never. Well,
Look at Will Smith. Nobody told him. The biggest of stages, the man became a kid.
Hey, bro, I have nothing bad against Will Smith because I would love to meet the guy one day.
I'm a Chris Rock type of guy.
Are
man.
you?
Yeah.
You
I'm
wouldn't
on
like to
his
meet Will
side.
Smith?
Huh?
You wouldn't like to meet Will Smith?
Would I like to meet him? Sure.
Would you confront him about the situation?
I not confront, but I would be like, yo, like, how do you live your life after that incident? Like, do you think about it? What made you want to do it?
You would ask him questions like that
Yeah.
on the pod?
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. He
It's
probably wouldn't want to
interesting.
talk about it, but
He wouldn't want to,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I think Dale Carnegie's point with this though, bro, is to avoid the confrontation. Basically, like if you don't have to argue, why argue? Because when you argue with somebody or you're having like a debacle with somebody and you leave a sour taste in their mouth, that's not gonna leave like a good impression of yourself on them. I think that's where he's getting at.
Yeah. There's a way to argue with someone in a
Hmm.
civil way. You know, like
Yeah,
you can make somebody see your point argumentatively as long as they see that you're coming out of a good place. If they see even a hint of negativity in
yeah,
your argument, they won't really resonate with your point. That's why to convince people of to do something, it's
yeah.
always good to make them feel like they are the heroes of
Yeah,
that thing.
that we
They
talked about that last
yeah,
pod.
we
Yeah,
talked about that in the last podcast. How to Win Friends Part 1 was the name, if you're
yeah,
wondering, of the last podcast. But I want to go back to what you said cuz
yeah.
instinctually you're right. When I hang out with my cousins who are young,
Hmm. Yeah, when
little,
you guys were young, you'd fight all the time, right?
no, like even now, like my younger cousins who are
Oh
like
yeah.
5, 6 years old, yeah, their first instinct is
Oh,
to
exactly.
always
Yep.
like slap, not slap always, but sometimes punch,
Right.
sometimes use their legs. They use everything.
Tackle something. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so interesting because that is the beauty of aging. As you get older, you're supposed to get better at words and the power of
Mm.
words and to explain whatever a punch gets across through the
Yeah.
words, through your words. You know,
Yeah.
you're supposed to find equivalents.
That's maturing.
That's maturity. So
Yeah.
you're right. Like I think it's a skill to say something with your words
Yeah.
that sticks with a person in a certain sort of way.
And that's what makes us as humans unique, right? Because we're able to use our words, we're able to express things not only through physical nature, we can express them through emotional nature or through our words, on how we're feeling or how to get that point across.
Yeah,
Yeah. A sure way of making enemies and how to avoid it. Show respect for the other person's opinions. Never say you're wrong.
I disagree. I
Really?
disagree with this. Yeah.
Why?
See, this guy is saying, Carnegie is saying,
Yeah.
don't tell people that they're wrong about something.
Never say in quotes, you're wrong.
In quotes?
He's saying like in quotes, he's
Oh,
saying that never say those words, you're wrong.
you're wrong to somebody?
Yeah.
I disagree.
Why?
Yeah. You could tell somebody they're wrong in a very respectful way, in a way that, you know, maybe it's not the best choice of words, but I wouldn't say never because
Never say you're
you
wrong.
definitely need to tell people they're wrong when they are wrong.
I don't know.
Especially family. Like
Mhm.
family, you have to because you have to protect your family and you have to stand up for them and you have to point out when they are doing something wrong because
When your
that's your
family's doing
job as a
something wrong?
family. Yeah, because that's your job as a family
Yeah.
member is to hold the other family member accountable.
I
I
agree.
get if you
Yeah.
meet a stranger,
Yeah.
a random stranger,
Yeah.
maybe who's having like a manic episode, don't be like, "Hey, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Sit
Yeah.
down. You're wrong. You have a health
Uh-huh.
condition, but you're wrong." Yeah, obviously.
I think a big part of it is just communication styles. I don't think a lot of people do well with other people telling them that they're wrong off the bat. I think a lot of people would prefer to have an explanation or not being like hit off the bat. Like, hey, that what you're doing right now, don't do it ever. Don't do it ever. When you tell kids that, another thing, like let's take it back to like being kids. When you tell them you're wrong, what do? They start crying. People don't like being told that they're wrong. It hits their ego. Um, and as much as we want to say we like to be humble or like we're modest people, people naturally do not like to be told that they're wrong. And so I think the best way of getting your point across is feeding into, especially if you're talking about family, you know them, you know how they communicate, you know how they speak. And I'm a victim of this too. I say it all the time that you're wrong. Like I'll literally say those words. You're wrong. Like think about it, right? And it never ends well for me. It just doesn't.
Mm. You're right. It hits the other person's ego when they hear the words, I'm wrong. But it depends on how you say it. Because if I were to tell you, you're wrong for drinking that water, you're wrong, bro. Like, yeah, that's like a negative. But I were to say, dude, you're so wrong, bro. Come on. Like
It's
that's
the same
so
thing.
wrong. That's so wrong. I think it's different because people perceive of words the way you tell them to. There's a way to
Yeah.
say things. Like you could say you're wrong in a funny way. You know, if I were to like do the Trump voice, you're wrong. Like you'd be like less
Yeah, but it's
affected
also
by
a
it.
different it's like it's not like you're not being serious. They won't take you serious. If you're saying you're wrong, then that's a serious manner rather you're wrong, you're wrong. They're not gonna
Yeah,
take it
but there's
serious.
a way though to convey both. I think there's a right balance you can find. You could do it in a way that's funny, but also be like, yeah, dude, you are kind of wrong. You know?
I would personally prefer to just use the communication style that fits that person better. If they prefer to be told in a more loving way, I would do my best to convey that to them in that manner because at the end of the day, I can want to do it, and maybe me personally, when people tell me, "Hey, you're wrong. Do it this way," it works better with me. But other people don't think like that all the time either, right? Everyone has their own thing. So I'd rather just fit what fits them. Do what fits them.
I've started to notice if you're just funny and
Mhm.
with people about the most like heavy stuff, tends to go easier. Like the conversation doesn't
Yeah.
get as negative. I don't know. I would encourage people, even if the other person is not a like a very humorous person, still pursue the funny aspect of it. Because I talked about this on the last podcast. It's about breaking the ice.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of times you're not breaking the ice. You're
Yeah.
straight going in. You meet a person, they do something wrong. You're like, you're wrong. Well, hold
Yeah.
on a second. You didn't break the ice, and you said that. But if you
Yeah.
break the ice first, get to know them, and you get to establish, yo, like I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah.
Then maybe that you're wrong doesn't seem so.
That's a
Uh,
communication style, though.
yeah,
You see what I'm saying? You're now changing how what you originally said. It's like you originally said you're wrong or you're wrong, dude. But now you're breaking the ice. You're creating this cushion in
yeah.
order to break that. Hey, dude, like that's not cool.
Yeah,
Basically,
and then you say it the way
yes.
whichever way you
See,
wanna
that's a
say.
different mode of transport.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think either could work in my opinion.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Just I guess in my experience, I just even being funny, like sometimes I'll be in an argument and I'm gonna naturally like I try to I don't like it when it's super tense. So I try to break the ice, kind of like you're saying. And some people they just don't like it. They're like, can you please take me serious, Matt? Can you please like can you let's just be a serious
Yeah, there's a
conversation?
balance.
Yeah, there's
If
definitely a
you're a
balance.
goofball the entire time.
I'm a goofy guy
Yeah,
naturally.
but there's a
Yeah,
balance. You have to be balanced.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's a balance. I think his point in this though is basically don't hit the other person's ego hard.
Yeah, that's
Let
true.
them feel they have some power. Let them feel like they're respected by you.
Yes,
And his point of saying you're wrong, it just hits your ego harder. And so let them feel respected and then break the ice a certain way.
I agree.
Yeah.
Did you notice when Kami was here?
Yeah.
We'll post this after that, right? Or before?
I'm not sure. Doesn't matter.
Okay, but we had how would you describe Kami? Kami is a very articulate guy. He's the director of the Center for
Yeah.
Political Future. He's an expert on how to disagree with someone in a civil way. So we had him on the podcast. And did you notice when you said something that he didn't agree with, he would say things like, well, there's wisdom in what you said.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then he
yeah.
would go on to point out
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
something that you didn't agree with. He did
Yeah,
it in a
yeah, yeah.
way that made you feel at ease, you know?
Yeah,
That's like a beautiful
it is.
way to tell somebody you disagree with them, but also make them feel comfortable about it. Like it's
Yeah.
not tense. There's wisdom in what you said,
Yeah.
but there's also this side to
Yeah,
things.
yeah, he adds on. Well,
Yeah,
that's just what mature people do, right? Uh you add on to points,
yeah,
right? And then n- not only do you add on to points, but he's not like himself. He's a very calm guy. He's very curious.
yeah,
He wants to. I mean, maybe not this, but yeah, I mean, kind of this too. He likes to feel liked. He wants to be liked. He wants to feel like this is a cohesive group right here. We're all talking. We're all having a good
yeah,
time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that just it works. What he does works.
It does work,
Yeah,
and that's how you're supposed to do it.
yeah,
Anytime you're arguing with somebody,
yeah,
like notice the humanity in them. Don't
yeah,
make them feel bad that they don't agree with you. It's
yeah,
okay to disagree with
yeah, yeah, yeah,
somebody.
for
You can
sure.
have your opinion, I can have my opinion,
Yeah.
and the life can go on smoothly.
This next one is something that I think I've also taken direct. There's 2 points in the last one. This point I also directly took from this book. If you're wrong, admit it. If you are wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically.
Yes.
Um, this like I've taken it straight from this book. Like the thing is, when you are wrong, everybody's wrong. When you have arguments, it's just naturally what happens. Nobody's always right. Somebody has something on you, right? Sometimes it just happens like that.
Hmm.
So if you're wrong, when I admit it, it eases the tension immensely because now the person can't say anything, right? If you're in an argument with somebody and they literally prove you wrong, just oh shit, you're right, and
Yeah.
then the argument ends because there's not much that can happen. If it doesn't end, the other person just has some anger built up and they just want to
They're just
let
gonna get it off
explode.
their chest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you just admit like you're wrong, literally, it will ease tension. It's gonna make you feel better because if it doesn't, that means you probably have some ego problems that you need to work on.
Mm.
Um, But yeah, you definitely always admit when you're wrong. And my opinion, when you are right, stand your ground.
Yes, it's important to do that as well.
Yeah,
Because a lot of people just say I'm wrong to end the conversation,
exactly.
but they don't really think they're wrong.
Yes.
They're just saying it to
And
say
that
it.
builds tension in the future because that feeling doesn't go away.
Well, that also you're lying to yourself in the moment and the other person, and that's not
Yeah,
healthy. But yeah, you're right, man. You should only say you're wrong when you're actually wrong, when you
yeah,
truly believe it.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
it's powerful. It's very mature. That's the right thing to do,
Yeah, for sure.
and it just helps solve so many problems because
Yeah,
we're moving on to the solution.
right.
I messed up. I'm wrong. So now let's address what we can do to fix this. Whatever
Exactly.
it is that I did wrong, how do
Yeah.
we fix this together? You're
Yep.
right.
That's all there is to it. I mean, that's a really simple point, but it's literally the truth. A drop of honey began in a friendly way. So you've heard the term you find you attract more bees with honey than oil or
Hmm.
that. That's basically what it is. If you approach a situation friendly, like with a smile or with a compliment, there that's gonna just like you said when you approach in a comedic way, it's like you're creating a cushion between what you're about to say and your introduction to them, right? And so when you create this cushion, there's going to be there's going to be an ease of movement in
Yes.
that conversation.
Yeah. You a smile, such a powerful way to introduce yourself,
Yeah,
start a conversation, to
yeah,
keep smiling throughout.
right.
It's just better to hang out with people that are smiling more than not. Because if a person is not smiling at all, zero,
Yeah,
zilch, like just
it's
stern,
uncomfortable.
yeah, it creates tension.
Yes, it makes you feel like you don't even want to talk either. It's like, what am I doing
And you
here?
don't have to smile with your teeth if
Yeah,
you're insecure about it. You can just do a closed mouth smile. It doesn't need,
yeah.
or
Just be happy. The point is, be happy, right? Be more happy than not in life. I think that's.
well, if you're not happy, just address that because that's okay. Sometimes a lot of people feel
Mm,
bad, right? They're not doing well. And if you're
mm,
hanging out with somebody, just let them know, dude, I'm having a bad day right now.
yeah,
Like,
fair point. Yeah,
because a lot of people repress it,
yeah,
but their faces can't repress it. They're
yeah,
not
yeah.
actors, they're real
Right, right, right.
people. So you can see something's going on, but they don't want to address it.
Good point.
But it's okay to
Yeah,
just be like, yo, like, it's been a rough day.
yeah,
That's why I'm the way I am. But continue. If you really want to share something with me,
yeah.
I'm all ears. But just know that this is not the best time. But if you really want to share something, I'm here. If you really, really want to destroy my day further, I'm listening.
What was I think it's the truth, but I think that's a little far from what he's trying to say. I think what he's trying to say is be nice first, right before you break down bad news. I think that's his point.
Good news before the bad
Yeah,
news. Yeah. Honestly, if you're trying to deliver bad news though to somebody, I'd rather you just say the bad news and cut the bullshit. Because
yeah.
have I said the story when I got laid off from my first job. It was on
What
Zoom.
they tell
I
you?
told you, right? No,
I think you did,
it was on
but
Zoom.
for the audience, yeah.
I was working, and basically, the whole process took about like 4 or 5 hours because they said that they were gonna lay off people
Yeah.
the 2 days before. So they started the process,
Okay.
and then they emailed people Google Meet links.
Mm.
And so we're wondering, oh, like if I got a Google Meet link, that means I'm good, right? Like, because they want to meet
Yeah.
me and they want to be like, yo, you're staying on my team. And so they did it throughout the day.
Hmm.
So people would get it periodically. And I was like, okay, well, I haven't gotten an email at all. And then I get an email with a Google Meets link. And then I go on the meeting.
Yeah.
And then she asked me, like, hey, how are you doing today? Well, it's like small talk. I
Yeah.
guess that
Small
is the
talk.
good thing to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, she actually did a pretty good job at firing me or laying me off.
Laying off. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, if you have some bad news, rather just keep it brief,
It's
keep
a
it short.
difficult. It's a difficult situation.
To lay someone off,
Yeah.
I could tell, yeah.
Yeah. Have you watched that movie with George Clooney?
Of
Up in the
course,
air,
up in the air where he
dude.
lays people off for a living.
Yeah.
There's someone's job is to they literally this is a job
Yeah.
to fire people because it's that
Yeah.
intimidating for people. They
And
hire outside firms to do this for them.
is this a real job?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
Not anymore though, right?
Why not?
I don't. I mean, the guy with HR. Yeah.
No, but I think specifically, this
Uh,
probably still is a job. Yeah.
maybe.
If
But
you're
it.
doing it for
Yeah.
big layoffs, I think. If you're doing, no one's. If you're like a mid-sized company and you're
Yeah.
firing one person, yeah, you're not gonna hire
Right.
somebody. But if you're laying off like thousands of people, I think there's
That
a
is a
way.
waste of money, bro.
But you
Just
hire an outside firm to do
gain the
it.
balls and let them go yourself, bro. Come
Yeah.
on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
firm, but whatever. My point with the George Clooney thing is in there. He says he talks about laying people off. He says keep it brief, keep it quick. They're gonna cry. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. But if you keep it quick, at least you can move on. They don't want to hear any bullshit. They don't want to. They
Yeah.
don't want to be kidded around, right? This is their job. This is their money that you're getting rid of. Just let it go. Yeah, let it rip.
Yeah.
It sucks, man.
It's
Uh,
crazy.
the secrets of
Let it rip.
Socrates. The secret of Socrates: get the other person to say yes, yes immediately.
Hmm. Yes. Yes. You want to hear yeses immediately?
Yes. So what
Yes.
what he's getting at, man, is you want to hear
Yes.
yes because yes immediately puts a positive connotation on the
Yes.
conversation, right?
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Appreciate you, man.
Yes. Yes.
But when you say no, there's a negative connotation, so your brain naturally feels like, okay, there's some negativity going on here. There's some bad energy right here. But if you say yes, it's like, okay, they're more susceptible to doing the next thing you want. Have you ever heard this? When you ask somebody for a small favor and they say yes, they'll be more susceptible to say yes on a bigger favor. Have you ever heard
Yes.
that?
Yes.
Then what do you think?
Yes.
Yes, man, over here, Jim
Yes.
Carrey.
Yes.
Buddy turned into Brown
Yes,
Jim
indeed.
Carrey.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. You don't start off, can you help me buy Roman Empire? Like, maybe help me buy this chocolate first and then the
Yeah.
Roman Empire. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
You
yeah, it's
start
true.
small and then you expand. That's with anything. You can't,
Yeah, go
get
fast.
anything overnight. You got to
That's like
build
a
up to it.
that's a cool little trick though, huh? Psychological trick. Hey, bro,
It's
can you
just
pick that
human
pencil up?
nature. Huh?
Can you pick that pencil up, bro? Oh, also, I totally forgot my jacket in the car, man. Can you run out and grab it for me?
You ever ask somebody that?
No,
A pencil.
no, no, I didn't. But it's
Yeah,
interesting.
start small and you
Yeah.
don't have to do it the same day either. You could, if you really want to be in the business of asking people for favors. If you
Dude,
really want to be in the
that is a
business of
job,
it.
bro. That's a job of what was Jeffrey Epstein? He was a what do they call those types
Well,
of
he
guys?
was a businessman.
He was a businessman, but they call them
What, a
um
smuggler?
no, no.
Oh, wait, it's a type of man. It's a type of
Yes, it's a role. It's like a role in society.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Hey, Russ, look up Jeffrey Epstein, and it'll socialite. Got it. So socialite. That's what
Fa-
socialites are really good at, bro.
Getting favors out of people.
Getting favors and giving favors. It's like a political strategy.
Yeah.
PBD was talking about that. He's like, who do you ask favors to this person? How do you get favors from this person? How do you do this? How do you do that? And when you get these favors, then, bingo.
Patrick Bet David,
Patrick Bet David.
an insurance salesman, now political commentator on the right, who wants to influence
Yeah,
American
he's kind of
politics.
turned into. I think he kind of talks about everything, though, bro.
He wants to be the Rush Limbaugh of this day.
Who's Rush Limbaugh?
I think I'm mispronouncing his last name, but he was a very famous conservative radio commentator.
Oh, really?
A lot of people listen to him. Yeah.
But PBD talks about life in general. Talks about girls. Talks
A lot
about
about
business.
politics, though, if you look at his
Recently,
social
just
media and
because
stuff. The last 2 years, he's
obviously,
been talking about politics.
I
Year
think
and a
he's
half.
really trying to get Trump in, dude. He's insanely trying to get Trump in. I don't know. You think he's getting something out of that?
Sure, he's a businessman. He's gonna give him tax cuts. But he wants to influence politics. Like, he wants to be a
Yeah.
voice that people listen to. That's what he's building, the brand he's building. He wants to have an
Mm,
impact and influence through his voice. But continue,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if straight through politics. I think the more I listen to him, the more I think he wants to be like a role model to people.
He wants people to yeah, he wants his voice to matter
Yes.
politically as well. But
Yeah.
yeah,
That's interesting how Socrates though. Socrates said that, huh?
yes, immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, I disagree with that too, man.
You disagree with that?
Yeah, like getting
What?
people to say I
You
disagree with a
just
lot
said
of this stuff.
yes.
Yeah, I was just
You
saying
said it's
yes, yes to
true. No, you're saying no, it's
emphasize.
true.
Yes, yes. I was just saying that because it was funny, but I don't think it's always good to hear yeses immediately.
You
You
don't
know,
you
I
don't like
don't
having
think
yes men around you?
no. I don't
Really?
no. I've
Why
seen
not?
people who are surrounded with yes men, and it's
Who have you seen
honestly
surrounded with yes man?
scary. I would rather not say.
Why?
These are public profile people. They're a little more. They're a little famous. But no, I've seen this. It's not good to have people that are constantly telling you yes.
Yeah.
It messes with you, hinders your creative progress. Truly, I would rather. I'm the type of person. I'd
Yeah.
rather hear a lot of
Yeah, I
no's.
agree. I
I would
agree.
rather hear no's. You
I
know.
I would rather hear honesty.
Yeah.
I would rather hear honesty than yeses
But if
or
I had to pick
nos.
between yeses and nos, I'd rather just hear nos because then
Really?
that
Oh
just
no,
gets
I'd
me.
rather hear yeses.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Because I think yeses can build confidence and nos can build uh, insecurity.
Nos can build confidence too.
Nos can build a confidence of resentment.
No, I think it's maybe. I don't think it's resentment. I think it's just. I
Because
think
you're
it's
so resentful that somebody doesn't believe in you that you go ahead and try to make that change or try to do it. But if you hear yeses, whether you're right or wrong, you have the confidence in you to think, I can do this. I believe in myself just like these people believe in me.
But you can flip that, right? I've heard yeses from people that I could tell didn't really mean it, and that made me resentful. And then I've heard no's from
Hmm.
people that I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Like this guy really, it is a yes, but they're just saying no
No,
to
I don't.
get.
I
I've
disagree.
I've I've
I've never.
experienced that.
No, you have not.
Yeah,
No,
all
you
the
have
time,
not.
all the
No,
time,
you have not,
all the
bro.
time. Because when a joke doesn't land, I'm like, yeah, they're telling me no, but
Yeah,
deep
that's
down,
delusion, bro.
deep down, they really think it's amazing. They think it's
No,
the
no, no.
greatest piece of art.
That's
No,
delusion.
no, but seriously, I've heard no.
The
I
yes, the
was
other part, I agree with when they say yes and they
yeah.
don't really believe it. I
No, I was
agree, but
joking about
not
the
the no
comedy
part.
stuff,
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
but I'm saying like people have told me no about something. Yeah, yeah, and I think it was a yes deep down.
Who?
Yeah, like now I'm not saying about comedy specifically,
No, I
but
know, but in general.
just in general. Yeah, I think so. The thing is,
No, I
going
don't think
back
I've
to
ever
your
heard that,
point
bro.
about yes and no, I don't know. You're definitely right in that a yes is more encouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yes, a yes is
Adam Sandler
encouraging.
talks about this. That was his thing.
But no's can be encouraging too, because it can encourage you to do better. If you're not there yet, somebody says no.
It can Nose can put you in a dark place, and that dark place can get you places.
If you don't know how to get over that, that's not healthy.
Exactly. That's my point.
But if you thrive, like if all the no's,
Most people don't thrive like
I
that, though.
thrive in that. I love to hear no. You tell me no, you
You
tell
want
me.
because you
I
want to
love
use it
that.
as fuel,
No,
right?
I just love it. I'm just
No,
like,
you
wow,
don't.
like wow, what a clown. This person, it's a no. Okay,
No, bro.
or
Don't
you're
lie.
lost. No, I'm serious. It does affect you. You're like, wow, like this
It
person really.
does.
But then I'm like, no, like if you truly believe in yourself, you're like, no, 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 they're wrong. I'm right. The power of the
That's
delusional
not healthy,
mindset.
bro. That's not
It no.
healthy.
If you look at though the world and people who are successful, a lot of them they
Yeah.
live in delusion. They live in their
Yeah,
own
they
little
do.
world.
They do. A
I'm
lot
not
of the
saying
most
be
successful people,
delusional,
bro,
but
they're delusional, and not only that, they're also alone at the top. They're alone at the top, bro, because all these no's that they're hearing makes people angry, dude. It just does. Like, for example, extreme example, but I think a lot of people are similar to this. Dan Pena, when he was younger, he talks about this.
who's
When he
that?
Don Pena, he's like an American mogul in something in I want to say finance or something, but he's like an American mogul right now in business. And he talks about he's a huge motivational speaker. He does get you pumped up, but he heard a lot of no's, and you can tell in his voice, he's an angry guy. He's just
Yeah,
an angry guy. You know what I'm talking about, right? This older man.
maybe.
He wears like a
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so. I think so. I think I know. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah. I've seen like some
he
YouTube.
cusses like crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
you, motherfucker! Sit the fuck down.
yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
guy.
He's like
Yeah,
that. Okay, yeah.
that type of stuff, dude. When people are that angry, bro, and they're that successful, they're very alone, man. They're alone at the top, and I think the nose can build to that level of loneliness because you're so angry at the world for saying you couldn't do it, you couldn't do it. So now when you do it, you're like, you motherfucker didn't believe in me. I believed in myself, so why should I have you around?
See that in my opinion, that's one way to go about it, but that's the wrong way. The way to go about it, if you hear a lot of no's, is
Yeah,
just realize you don't have to say it to their face you were wrong. Just
yeah,
move on and be like, just
yeah,
let your life be an example
yeah.
that they were wrong about with the way it is that they were saying about you. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to confront people. You don't have
Yeah.
to be like, if somebody told you, "Hey, man, you'll
Yeah.
never be anything," and now 10 years later they come to see you
Yeah.
do whatever it is you're doing, they're like, "Yo, I always believed in you." Just be like, "Oh, thank you, man. That's
Mhm.
it." And then the thing is, because it's so obvious to you,
Yeah.
why even waste your time confronting this person?
No,
Because
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't change them
No, I'm not
with one
disagreeing with you, bro.
conversation. Yeah.
I agree with you. I just think it's a healthier way to hear yeses, bro, and build confidence rather than get into a place where you could get angry and you know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah,
get angry and get resentful.
but he hasn't forgiven people. That you have to forgive. You have to
Yeah, but
learn to forgive.
what I'm saying is I agree with you. You're
Yeah, yeah,
100%
yeah.
right. Like no's can build you and you can learn how to decipher how to move cuz reality is you're going to have yes men and you're going to have no men in life, right? And you have to be able to counteract either. My point is I don't want to build hurdles for myself,
Hmm.
right? And if I hear if the ultimatum is yes men or no men, if I have no men, I have to build all these hurdles in my life just to feel okay about my present. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rather, if you have yes men, you can feel good about yourself off the bat.
The key is to have a
Yeah,
balance,
a
right?
balance.
The
That's
key,
the
yeah.
answer to everything,
It
dude.
is. It's
Yeah,
really. There's only like one word: balance.
yeah,
It's a beautiful thing
yin and
that
yang.
explains. Yeah.
Are
Well,
you
not yin
turning
and yang.
into a Buddhist?
No, man.
You're not.
But there's beauty
You
in
can
like
still be an Ahmadi
balance.
Muslim and a Buddhist. It's okay.
I don't think
I
you
won't
can.
I won't tell anybody.
Buddhism is a type of what? What is Buddhism?
It's not a
Isn't
religion
it? It's
actually.
a
It's a way of life.
philosophy.
It's a way of life.
Isn't religion supposed to be a way of life though?
Religion,
Because that
not in the way you think about it, because you're
I
thinking
didn't
about
think
it in
about it like
terms of
that,
God.
but I think about it like that. Like Islam or Ahmadiyya for me is a way of life. But going back to what you were saying about like balance, it really is
Yeah.
the answer to everything. Balance
The safety valve in handling complaints. Let the other person do a great deal of the talking.
depends. My God, this Carnegie guy is so extreme. See, I feel like to really write a book like this, you really have to have some extreme statements to make. Because if I were to just say have a balance, have a balance, have a balance, no one's reading that book.
Of course, but
I
what
just
what he's saying though is gonna work more times than the opposite,
yes,
right?
yes.
So that's what he's getting at, bro. Why would you talk about balance if most people aren't level-headed people? Most
Mm.
people need an extreme direction, right? That's why this is
I do
this is
this. What he's saying,
yeah,
literally, I let people talk and just
yeah,
monologue on, and yeah,
yeah.
it does
It
work.
makes them more like I mean, they like you more for it because
They
people
do.
like people listening to them.
Yeah,
It sucks, but that's just what it is.
I've thought about that, man, and I don't. If
All
I'm monologuing and the other person is not interrupting at
I
all,
don't like it either,
I
yeah.
don't like it.
Yeah. I want a discourse, like a
I'm
friendly
like, you
conversation,
can
yeah.
just say something.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not like.
But also you, bro, when you let people monologue, you can kind of tell you're not listening.
Depends though. If you really know me well enough, then yeah, you can tell. But if I'm like meeting somebody who's new and he's just monologuing on, on,
How
yeah,
often does that happen in comedy? You meet people like that.
a lot. It happens a lot.
It happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot. I'm like,
The more
we've
and
talked
more,
about this. Yeah,
yeah,
it's just
the more and
annoying.
more you're getting into the arts and shit, you see a lot more narcissists than you thought.
I don't know if that's narcissism. I think that's just they just want to feel heard all the time.
That's a type of narcissism though.
All the time, feel heard. Maybe they're
Insecure
yeah,
or they're
I
missing
don't know.
something.
A lot of them just don't. Nobody ever tells them shut up, shut up. They
Do you
just
tell
keep
them to shut up?
talking. I
No.
don't think I've ever told them to shut up, but I made it. I was like, I'm gonna talk. Like when it's like when I cut them off, I'm like, yeah, like here's what I think, and they're like, this wasn't supposed to happen. I'm supposed to keep talking for another 15 minutes, and I was like, no, I'm gonna cut in now.
I don't like when people monologue, bro.
Yeah,
Oh my god, it drives me nuts, dude. It drives me nuts. But again, I let it
I'm gonna
happen.
try confronting somebody next time.
You
If
should
they
do it.
monologue, I'm like, yeah, stop monologuing. Can I talk?
Sometimes if I'm in a mood, bro, or like I gotta go somewhere and I'm at the warehouse and they're monologuing, I'm like, I'm in a hurry, dude. I'm like, I don't have the time right now, but thank you. Appreciate your sale. If you need anything else, I can give you my cell. And I kind of end it there. But
Do they get mad at you for that?
no, I can't get mad. I mean, I'm never gonna see him again. Reality, right? They're
Yeah.
buying one item from me, and probably never gonna see him again. So I don't give a fuck, to be honest.
Mm.
But I mean, they tried. Sometimes they'll try to keep going, and I'll be like, oh yeah, and then I kind of turn away, lock the door, I'm like going to my car and I look, oh yeah, and I'm getting in my car. I'm like, okay, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. Cause I can't. Some of these guys, they're okay with sitting at my warehouse, standing in my warehouse for an hour, 2 hours. One guy, dude, was like an hour and a half, bro,
What did he do? Just talk?
just talking about his life and how much he's been through and how his friend's girl he saved his friend's girlfriend's life and how him and his ex-wife hated her family and he's because dude, if you guys saw this guy's face, you would remember this too, bro. This guy was a different looking person. He was a different looking person.
Different type of beauty.
He was probably like an elf. Not gonna lie.
What was his name? No, don't say his
I
name.
don't know his
Actually,
name actually.
well, he talked to
He,
you for an hour and a half, and you don't know his name.
I know. I
You know,
probably
but
should
don't
know
say.
his name. I have his number, but
Yeah.
let the other person. Oh wait. How how to get cooperation? Let the other person feel like the idea is theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Pretty simple.
A little deceptive though, but yeah.
Cooperation. Hold on, I'm trying to think. How to get cooperation? Okay, let the other person feel the idea is theirs. I think that's more powerful when you're trying to solve a problem. Like if you are and
Hmm.
you and somebody else are in a problem together, and you realize they, maybe they're a little insecure or they need a little bit of confidence boost. I think that's when it's important to feed questions and let them answer the questions, and they'll eventually. You're basically framing the answer with their answers,
Hmm.
framing the answers with your questions,
Yeah.
right? That
Framing. Okay.
so when you're can you take that, man?
No, go ahead.
Are you sure, Ibrahim?
Yeah.
So basically, when you're when you have a problem with somebody, right? You guys are in an issue, and you realize like this person is in. Sometimes you know this, man. Like when you're talking with family and you guys are dealing with something, whether it's you're trying to fix a car or you're trying to fix a family issue, but you can tell when somebody has low confidence,
Yes.
right? When they're just standing there, they low confidence, and you kind of want them to feel good about themselves, right? You frame questions to get the answers that you know is correct. You know what I'm saying? And let them believe that they're taking on those ideas. It is manipulative, but it works.
It's so
It
deceptive.
is. It is, but it works. And
What are you
people
trying to do, bro? You're
let
trying to
them
like attack a foreign country or something?
no,
You're
bro.
trying to take over the
You
government?
teach them you teach them to have confidence in themselves and their own ideas. Cuz sometimes people will have ideas.
I would do this for a
Yeah.
kid if a small kid was
No, even
insecure.
adults, bro.
You would do,
Yeah,
yeah, if
dude.
they were insecure, I would do this for
Yeah, yeah.
people that I felt bad for.
That's the point.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Exactly.
do this for people that I view as normal people
No,
that
if
are
they're a strong person
yeah,
and they're okay with giving their opinions and they're okay with
right.
having discourse,
Yeah.
totally fine. But
Yeah.
if they're not and they're like timid and you know what I'm saying, that's when you need to help. So and they'll naturally feel stronger towards you.
I think when you meet a person,
Yeah,
it's okay to judge them. By that I
yeah.
mean you
Everybody
need to be
judges.
yeah, you need to be able to see like okay, this person is probably like this.
Hmm.
Within the first 2 to 5 minutes, you can kind of tell their personality. You can tell what their
The
strengths
surface
would
level
be.
personality.
Yeah, like service. You could,
Yeah,
if you talk to somebody for more than 10 minutes, you could see like what they'd be good at, if they're a good communicator, if they have some other talents. You know, you get to know somebody. It doesn't take that long to figure somebody out, is what I'm
yeah.
saying. And once you meet them, you and if your instincts are telling you this is probably not the best person to have in my life, this is probably not a good friend, then follow those
I agree
instincts.
with you.
Because 9.9 times out of 10, your instincts are always right.
Yes.
Sometimes we feel like so good in the company of somebody, but our instincts are telling us there's something off about this
Yeah,
person.
dude.
Go with the instincts, even if their personality is so like enchanting. Fight back
How many
and
times have you
protect your
avoided that?
instincts. A lot of
A
times.
lot,
A
right?
lot of times.
Yeah.
So many times, bro. Like I meet so many people that are so interesting, but my instincts tell them there's something wrong with this person. There's something off.
Yeah.
And I have to go with the instincts. Because you have to protect yourself. One of the worst mistakes you can do is surround yourself with people
Yeah.
that your instincts are telling you are
Don't
just
surround. Yeah.
not good for you.
Yeah.
Fight back.
Dude, it's important to, I think, especially if you're young listening. I mean, this is for Gen Z. If you guys are young listening to this, build a strong friend group. The thing is, you don't need to have 20, 30 friends. You don't need that. You don't need to go out with all kinds of girls. You don't need to have all these people in your life.
Yeah.
Have a strong set core group of friends. Have a good girl that you find, and then you can run life. You can literally run shit if you have a
Just
good.
marry them, have kids immediately,
Well,
basically.
no, disagree with that one. But
Well, I agree with that one.
why haven't you done it?
Haven't found the girl.
That's the problem. You're not looking. You're not
Go ahead,
looking.
let's continue.
Okay. My point is, have a strong group of friends, core people, and you don't need to wonder, hey, should I hang out with this next person? Hey, is it cool if I'm with them or that whatever, right? You don't have to keep some people, dude. I know some adults, man, they funnel through friends, dude. They just funnel through friends and they can keep going through friends and going through friends and they never realize
Yeah.
that there's an issue here, right? I mean, if you keep going through people and people and people, even relationships, if you keep going through people, there's probably some internal issue you need to deal with, right?
Yes.
But if you can be grounded early and you can grow with this group of friends and this one person in your life, oh man, you can take over. You don't have to worry about much.
Have you seen that Joey Diaz video where he
Mm-mm,
says
I
you
don't watch
just
Joey
need
Diaz.
3 bad MFs in your
Oh
life?
yeah,
You
yeah,
don't
I've
need
seen
an
that. Yeah,
army. You just
yeah,
need 3.
bad motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just need 3 of them. That's it.
Hey, I mean, depends what kind of bad you're thinking about, but yeah, you could do it. A formula that will work wonders for you. Try honestly to see
Mhm.
things from the other person's point of view. Have
Yes,
empathy.
empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy.
Empathy is huge.
Genuine empathy.
Yeah.
Empathy doesn't just mean being able, you have to be able to put yourself in their shoes and
Yeah.
really feel. It's hard to do.
It's very
You
difficult.
won't be able to do it fully, but
Yeah.
you have to have authentic empathy.
Yeah.
I agree with that's very important.
Empathy is a very scary thing, bro,
Why is it scary?
because you can be an empathetic person and you can wear somebody's shoes, right, and see things through their lens. Uh, but if they are genuinely not a good person or they genuinely don't have good intent, and you still feel bad for this person or you
Hmm.
still feel empathy or sympathy for this person, then you're naturally always going to feel bad. You're because that's the heart you have, right? Uh, I think again it's the balance. You have to learn the balance, but since this is a book of extremes, um, it's definitely better to feel for somebody than not.
Yeah, then you have to be self-aware. If
Yeah,
you know you're a very empathetic person, then you have
self-aware,
to protect yourself.
and that's difficult in itself too. Protecting yourself, a lot of people have problems with that.
Not everybody deserves your empathy is also important to understand. Not
Yeah,
everybody deserves it. You have to
yeah.
earn empathy, in my opinion.
Earn empathy.
I think so. I'm
Okay.
not saying all the time,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
I think it's important if you are a naturally empathetic person,
yeah,
that's a skill, that's a power you have.
yeah.
And so to just give it to everyone will make you a worse person
It
because you
will.
can't handle it. You can't handle all
Yeah,
of that.
because you're a more selfless person than not.
Yes.
Yeah.
So people will attack you or try to get as much out of you.
Right. Then that's the
We
fucked
have to
part, man.
find the way. How much of it do you want to let go or give it to people,
Right.
and which people?
But if you can see things like if you're a decently balanced human and you can see things, if you're you know what? Actually, if you're not and you're learning how to see things from another person's point of view, I think that's probably a better skill set than being a natural empathetic person. Because if
Hmm.
you're curious enough to see how they see things, that can be a power, and you can learn from that. And the thing is, when you see something from other person's point of view, you're able to resonate with them, with their thought process, and you can learn from their mistakes. You can
Hmm.
learn from their wisdom or from their issues and problems, and debilitation. You can learn all this stuff
You
from
can.
them, right? What everybody wants. Be sympathetic with the person's ideas and desires.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with
You
that.
agree with that?
Be sympathetic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that sounds.
Everybody has a want, bro.
Yeah, they all have desires.
I know. Yeah,
Yeah,
literally. Huh?
I agree with that. Yeah,
I wish you could have a conversation with Dale.
there's some wisdom in that. There's some wisdom in there.
You got to read the book, bro.
In personal self help books, honestly, the last one I read
Yeah.
was how to. What was it? The
Which
subtle
one?
art of not giving a
Yeah, but you didn't finish it.
I read half of it, but honestly, I only needed to read that half because every
No,
single
bro.
thing
See, this is
I
the
should finish it.
problem.
Mark,
Yeah.
it's a great writer, but I'm so glad that I haven't picked up a self help book after that because he literally wrote that book to be to be the last self help book anybody would ever read.
And then he wrote another.
And he wrote really
Yeah,
he
he
wrote
wrote
another
another.
one after that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Well, I just wow,
Yeah.
that makes me change my perspective
I
now.
haven't read the second the second one, but
You just need to
Subtle Art is insane.
you just need to read one good self help book. That's it. Don't fall into a cycle because it's literally an industry self help.
Yeah.
It's a cycle. They want you to read all the books every
Yeah.
single season. No, stop. Just read one. Just read one
Bro, but
book.
you can't compare Can't Hurt Me to Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. You can't compare the two.
The David Goggins
Yeah.
one.
You can't compare Think and Grow Rich to The
I
Alchemist.
know, but there's so many different self. Is the Alchemist a self help book?
It's a self-help book in fiction. It's a fictionalized self-help
Isn't
book.
it a novel though? The
Yeah, yeah.
Alchemist. Yeah, but that's.
No, but it is a self-help
But I'm
book.
talking nonfiction self help books,
Nonfiction.
right? Like, not. I think you just need to read maybe two, okay, maybe three, but not more than that.
I love reading them.
God,
No, I haven't read a book in a cool minute, honestly. But the last one I think I read was Subtle
self.
Art.
I've read books since then. I'm saying self help books. That was
Yeah.
the last one. I don't plan on
Let me
reading
see. Let
more.
me see. Let's see my book
Hopefully not.
list here. Let's see how far down it is. Fuck, I can't even find it.
Where?
Oh my god, those I can't find it.
What? So you haven't read a book at all?
Well, no, I read so Sapiens I got halfway through and then I started reading this other book and I don't like it. So and I have a thing where I told you.
You've been trying to read *Sapiens* for the last 2 years, my friend.
Yeah, bro.
So have you,
Yeah.
Russ. Wow.
Well, I stopped reading Sapiens and then I started reading this other book and I got through 30%, 35%, and I despise this book, bro.
So are you gonna finish it?
Oh, I don't think so, dude. Anthropocene Reviewed. Oh my god.
What is it about?
Oh my god.
Anthropology?
It's an anthropology. It's a ish. It's not. In my opinion, it's not an anthropology book, but it's in that sphere. It's just basically about this guy.
Who recommended you this book? Why were you reading this
I
book?
received it as a gift.
From like a family member? Or?
No, like a old friend, and I was started reading this book, and I just
Interesting.
I don't like this
Do I know this friend?
author.
That gave you don't say their name.
No, no, you
Okay.
don't. No, you don't.
Some friend gave you this
Yeah,
complicated book.
it's not a complicated book. Honestly, the first 100 pages were really good.
What's the title again?
Anthropocene Reviewed.
Okay. That's not
Okay.
complicated at all, apparently.
Well, no, it's a complicated title. I read the title. I was like, what the fuck's this gonna be about?
Yeah.
Started reading it. It's about the guy's life, and he has specific anecdotes in life that were super interesting because I'm a huge fact nerd, and so I like having little like notes of facts. And so he talks about like how Dr. Pepper was discovered or Halley's Comet, and he talks about these little types of anecdotes.
So basically, nothing that really matters.
He has points.
How Dr. Pepper was discovered?
So
oh my
yeah.
god, that's disgusting. It already tastes so bad.
Dr. Pepper, this
It
guy,
already
bro.
tastes so bad. I don't want to learn how it was discovered.
So he has points to all his little anecdotes.
Yeah.
And they were just terrible takes, bro. They're just terrible. It's like the most liberal takes I've ever heard in my life. Like terrible
Like
takes.
politically liberal?
It's like he doesn't want to form it as political, but yes, it is. It's like,
Are you saying you
dude,
hate liberals? Are you saying you hate all liberals?
no, bro.
Are you calling him a libtard?
I'm calling, yeah, as if he's an extremist, I don't know if he's an extremist. If he is, it's a
Are
libtard.
you calling him a communist?
Maybe commie, maybe Marxist, maybe Carl. I'll call him Carl. We'll call him Carl for the sake of the podcast.
Okay.
What? An appeal that everybody likes. Appeal to the nobler motives.
What does that mean? I understand those words, yes,
Yeah.
but together that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, it makes sense, bro.
An appeal to noble motives.
Appeal to the nobler motives. So something that has weight to it, appeal to it. So if there's something that has
I
weight
see.
to it, then you should, recognize it. Hey, that was a good thing. Hey, that you should do this. You know what I'm saying? Not do this. You should have done that. You did good. But if it's something normal, like if you're a parent and your kids
So
put their
good intentions.
I think more than good intentions. I think like if somebody gets in like they get in a bike accident or something, right? And they fell off their bike and you get out of the car and you physically grab their bike, move it, that's a noble intention. But if you're a kid and you're putting your dish in the
Mm.
sink, that's a good thing. That's out of good intent, but that's not a noble thing to do.
Well, how I interpreted it was if I'm having you over for dinner
Mhm.
and I'm cooking,
Yeah.
I have this noble motive to make you happy with my cooking. But if
Oh
what you
no, I don't think
taste
so.
is terrible,
Yeah.
I had the noble motive to make you feel good with my cooking. But the result is not my fault.
Why? I definitely
My
didn't take it
fried
that way, bro.
ramen
I did not take it that way.
my fried ramen, it's not my fault. It's the cooking pan's fault, man. The
This guy,
ramen, the only thing
ramen?
that I can
How
cook.
can you destroy ramen? How can you destroy
I
ramen?
probably can. I can destroy a
Oh
lot
my
of foods.
god, bro.
I can
No.
cook ramen very well.
Can you cook anything?
I can.
What?
I can cook ramen.
And what
I
else?
know how to microwave it, how many seconds to do it. I can add the seasoning in there. I can
You're
crack
giving me the
open
heebie-jeebies here,
eggs.
bro.
I can make the best fried egg you've ever eaten,
Fried
possibly.
egg?
I can make omelets. No, I can't make omelets. I actually tried that. It just
You
became,
failed.
I don't know what it became. It became something like white and like a blacky and like yellowy. It was a combination of
Black
all
eggs,
sorts of plug.
I've had that happen
You've
to me.
had that?
Black egg, yeah. Where it gets like
Did I say
burnt.
blacky? Yeah, but just like
Yeah.
it was just weird. It was
It's
just everything
it's
was
because
weird.
I learned it's because the heat is too high. You need to put the heat lower.
Cooking is one thing I don't want to learn. I don't care. A lot of everybody dogs on me everywhere I go when I tell them I don't cook. My family, for the most part,
Yeah, I'm
like
like, okay, who's talking to you about cooking,
no.
bro?
Okay, yeah, my family. They don't like the fact that I don't know how to cook anything. I do actually ramen and eggs. I do know how to cook them, but yeah, I refuse to learn how to be a good cook. It's okay, fine. I will
So what do
never
you
learn.
do? What do you do to eat?
I just get food made for me
Yeah,
24/7.
exactly. That's the problem, you fuck.
Yeah, like why? And I expect to be in that situation forever.
Yeah, that's
No, but I
uh,
don't see. I don't have the patience for cooking. I
no,
don't.
cooking's not fun. It's
It's I don't have the patience for it.
yeah.
I don't have the patience.
Luckily, I've learned to cook a few things. I know how to grill. I know how to make
Anyone can. I
sandwich.
can grill too.
No, you
Fine.
can't.
I can
You
grill.
can't make an egg. You can't grill.
I can
You
grill.
can't grill.
I've done it
No.
before.
Yeah. Nah, this guy can't
Oh, I
grill.
can make a milkshake too. I know how to do that. I
Wow,
can
he
put
can
a
make a
bunch of fruit.
milkshake. Ah, so
Actually, I can cook a
fantastic.
lot of things. Now that I can cook a milkshake.
I know how to make pasta.
Yeah, pasta, ramen.
You don't know how to make pasta.
Yeah,
You
easy.
don't know how to make
I boil.
pasta.
You boil water and then you put the thing in there, right?
How long do you put noodles in there for until you have to
It
drain it?
depends on the type. Now,
Hey,
if
you
you're
don't
talking
know
about
what you're talking
Alfredo,
about.
if you're talking about certain types of foods at certain different times and seasoning and salts and the spices,
Name one type of salt.
salt. Name me what do you mean?
Iodized salt, Himalayan salt.
Iodized.
Okay.
That was the one.
Next,
It was in my head.
the movies do it, TV does it. Why don't you do it? There's all types of cooks on TV and movies. Burnt,
Was that the Bradley Cooper
Bradley
movies?
Cooper.
I
Why
couldn't.
can't you cook, bro? Gordon Ramsay,
I can.
12 TV shows.
I can.
Why can't you cook? Fucking dweeb.
Dweeb. You can't cook either, buddy. You can grill, you say? You can't grill anything.
I can. I grilled
No, you-
yesterday.
What did you grill?
Carne asada.
I don't believe it.
I did.
I don't believe it.
Okay, that's my dad.
I think you were
You
just
can
there.
call my dad after.
No, you were just
I
there.
did. I grilled.
Grilling is very easy.
I grill burgers.
Okay. Oh, you grill burgers? Really?
Yeah.
Tough guy. You grill burgers? You're
Yeah.
talking like you're Gordon Ramsay. Okay, you
I
dweeb.
grill chicken.
You grill chicken?
grill chicken.
Wow, you're
Yeah.
you're the next
Corn.
Gordon Ramsay, man.
See, bro, I can cook, man.
Yeah, I
I
think.
make pasta, bro.
But about this point though, seriously though, like if you're not good at something,
Yeah.
it's okay not to be. You don't need to be amazing at everything.
No, but you should know how to cook. You should know how to cook some stuff so you can survive, bro.
Or do I?
You don't want to eat if okay, maybe you're fortunate that your family cooks for you, right? But there people that are living alone, dude,
Mhm.
bro, they shouldn't be eating frozen food or like McDonald's every day.
Yeah,
They
I
should
think
know how to
there's-
cook something.
Maybe there is a beauty in cooking.
There
This
is a
making
beauty in
me see the
cooking.
beauty.
Yeah.
Should I quit everything and
The
pursue
bear?
cooking to prove you guys wrong?
This guy, bro. This guy has to prove me wrong in so many things
Should
right
I
now.
quit everything I'm pursuing and just pursue being the next Brown Gordon Ramsay? Here's how you make the chicken tikka masala, folks. Chicken tikka masala. I could be the first culinary comedian. No, I would kill myself before I land
Is
a
there?
joke.
Oh,
Being a
well, no.
culinary comedian.
I don't think there's any culinary comedians.
Gordon Ramsay's hilarious though.
He is
The way he
hilarious.
roasts other cooks, I've heard.
But he's not a
I've seen.
comedian.
No, he's not a comedian.
Yeah.
There's
He
no
is
such
funny.
thing as a culinary comedian. I don't think there is.
There you go.
No, man. I'm doing enough.
A
I
culinary
can't pick up cooking
comedian,
either, bro.
cricket player.
The thing is, cooking takes so.
podcaster,
Doesn't cooking take so
lawyer.
long? Jack of all, master of none. Yet
Right now.
doesn't cooking takes a long time. That's why. Like I don't have
It
the
does.
patience.
That's my biggest problem with it. It just takes forever, dude. It takes honestly, I'll be honest, I'm not the best cook. I don't cook a lot of things, but I've gotten better over the last couple years.
But anything good takes a long time.
It does, dude.
You have to pick and choose. Cooking
I
is just
can't
not
even
for me.
I can't even cut a fruit up quickly. I can't do it.
Oh, that I can do.
Yeah, that honestly I'm bad at. It takes me forever to
kidding.
cut a
I
mango.
don't think I've ever cut a fruit.
You
I
know-
think I have mangoes. I have. Well, I've cut multiple fruits. What am I saying?
Your future wife is listening to this right now. I'm scared.
Actually, no. I did. I cut a mango up recently. It was cool. It was cool.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd you cut it?
With a knife? No, actually, I used my nails
No,
first. I
but
was
did
like,
you
"Duh, duh, duh."
just skin it or did you cube it up or what'd you do?
So you're supposed to cube it up, right? So you cut up the skin and then you know.
Okay, you cubed it.
No, I didn't. I was
Okay.
More impatient, so I just started eating it.
Yeah. You left the seed and you're eating off the seed, basically.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Yes, you did
particularly.
do
I
that.
wouldn't use that language
Yes,
or
you
framing,
did.
but I would use the framing of just cutting up a mango and eating it like a human would, like an animal.
I know what you
would.
did, bro. You skinned the first half, you left a little bit at the bottom so you can hold it, and then you ate it off the seed.
No, actually, I was holding it like a taco from the side, so I was just eating the middle
but
part.
so you left some skin though, right? And you're holding it from the
No,
skin.
no, no. The
You
skin
took
was off.
all the skin off,
Yeah, all the
and
skin
you're
was
holding
off.
it as it was slimy.
Yes.
slimy mango
Oh
it
yes,
is.
I just like it
Oh,
slimy. That's how I like
gross.
my fruits. No, it smelled like mangoes. It wasn't stinky.
All right,
It
bro.
smelled good.
The movie.
Oh, sticky.
Yeah,
My
I don't
hands
like
were
that.
sticky, but it felt good. I
Yeah.
felt like I was a Homo sapien for once.
I don't feel like you're Homo sapien at all.
I felt like a hunter and gatherer for once.
Quan said he's very primal.
I felt like I satisfied my need that day.
Eat a mango?
To fill up my stomach. Have I lost weight? Everybody keeps telling me I lost weight or something.
Really?
Everywhere I go, people
I
keep
think you
saying-
gained weight.
I
Your
gained-
face.
No,
Your
my
face looks
face I
bigger.
definitely gained weight a little bit.
Your face.
But I'm
looks
losing
bigger.
weight everywhere
Oh, you know,
else.
your arms are a lot smaller. Your chest is a lot smaller.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And your legs
Your legs are tiny right now,
My
bro.
legs are tiny. Says
What
you.
have you been doing,
Let
bro?
me see your
What
legs.
have you been doing, bro?
Let me see your legs again. Oh yeah. Mr. Popeyes. Mr. Popeye legs.
you look normal, bro.
Thank you, man.
So you think you gained weight in your face and lost weight everywhere else?
A little bit, but it's like my body is so weird, bro. I can only lose weight. I can't ever gain
Gain?
weight net. The maximum weight I've ever been in my life was 160 pounds
160
during the pandemic. Yeah, 160 is the maximum. I've never gone past
for
160.
you're 5'9"?
5'10". 5. Well, actually, I'm 5'13". People say with shoes on. Yeah, 5'13".
You're 5'11"? You're taller than him?
No, we're the same height. You're not taller than me, Russ. All right, but
Come on, bro.
we'll
You're
do
not
it. We'll do
5'11",
this
bro.
after. Well, let's discuss.
Okay, the movies do it, TV does it. Why don't you do it? Dramatize your ideas. Dramatize your life. Be the main character in your movie.
I already do this way too much.
Maybe you do it too much.
I actually do this like, yeah.
Yeah, I know you do this. a
I
lot.
do this. I operate like I'm in a movie all the time.
Yeah.
Anything that happens is a sign.
Well, Joe Rogan says to do it, so he must be right.
If Joe said it, it's totally right.
probably
yeah.
correct.
If Joe said it, it's probably.
No, but I agree with it more than not, bro. If you believe you're the main character in your own movie, you're
Yeah.
gonna do things out of confidence, and you're gonna keep doing things. You're gonna make the decision that's most fun.
There's a boundary though. Like, don't be waking up every morning playing the Succession soundtrack,
Well,
thinking you're the next Logan Roy. Maybe not do that. Maybe not operate. Maybe not operate like that. Maybe have some boundaries.
I can't wait to move in with a girl, bro. I cannot wait, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah.
This is gonna be gold.
That'll happen when I marry my wife, and I feel bad for her.
I'll
Is
have
what I
lots
can
of
say.
questions, and you can trust that one. I'll have lots of questions for her.
I'll move away somewhere far away, so you can't interact with us
That's
for
why we have
until I
FaceTime.
have a kid or something.
I don't know what her name is gonna be, but I'll say, hey, so and so. When nothing else works, try this. Throw down a challenge.
Throw down a challenge. God, this guy's phrasing and word usage is so bad.
Bad?
Throw down a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, what does that mean for you?
Let's have a challenge, bro. If nothing's working, create a challenge for yourself to overcome.
Yeah.
And because basically I think what he's saying is if you have a challenge and you can overcome it, then your time of things aren't working out, something will work out if you create this challenge for yourself.
And how will this help you to
It-
win friends and influence people?
Well, it
According to the
builds
book title.
confidence in yourself,
Yeah, I
right?
agree.
So if you create a challenge for yourself and you're able to overcome it, you get confident in your abilities, and you're able to talk to people better with more confidence. Oh man, has there been times in your life where like things aren't just working out and you just don't feel very good about yourself, like you don't feel very confident, and there's
Right
something
now,
right now.
yes, this very moment. No, okay.
Eventually something good has to happen.
Yeah,
You have to wake up on the right side of the bed, or you have to have some mindset change, or you genuinely have to have a win. And when you have that win, your confidence comes up. You feel like you can rule the world again, and that's it's huge, man. The human body is so weird, bro. It is so weird, dude.
I agree, bro. You need challenges in your life.
Yeah,
You need to overcome those challenges.
yeah,
Don't just have like the dream of climbing Mount Everest and you
yeah,
don't do it. If you have the dream, you have to pursue it.
yeah.
But you can start small with challenges. It doesn't need to be climbing Mount Everest.
Right.
Maybe you can just be climbing a hill,
Yeah,
and then more
yeah, yeah.
hills
And
and then
keep going.
mountains. Yeah. You need to have challenges that you believe you can overcome truly. If you just have a challenge just for
Yeah,
the sake of having a challenge, that's not productive.
you need to have a win.
I think you should. I don't know if this guy says it, but you should. People should be pursuing sports. Truly, I think every person should pursue a. I'm not saying to be a professional sport at it. I'm not saying to be a
Uh,
professional at it, but I really think people should pursue sports because it gives you competitive
yeah,
sports,
yeah.
like team sports.
I
It
think
really
everyone
helps
should have
you.
a hobby. That's it. I think they should have a
I think
hobby, bro.
everybody should be pursuing a professional sport right now.
No,
I
bro.
think you should be pursuing professional. I was gonna say golf, but that's not a sport. You should be pursuing professional tennis right now.
I definitely will
Russ, you
never do
should be
that.
pursuing wrestling right now.
Wrestling?
Yes.
I'll wrestle Russ right now.
You should be pursuing some sort of
I'll
sport.
wrestle Russ right now.
No, but for me, I don't know, man. It's amazing pursuing sports. Maybe
Yeah, yeah.
anything that's physically challenging. Like
Physically
you
challenging.
need physical challenges. I truly believe that.
Yeah, I
Like
agree. You need
just
physical
going to the
challenges. Yeah.
gym, yeah, fine. Okay, fine. Don't be a professional wrestler.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Russ. But at least go to the
Work out.
gym
Do something.
every day.
Do something that physically.
Maybe get your ass up from the bed once a week and lift some weights, Russ. Maybe do that much at least.
Put those fingers to use, bro. Edit our videos.
Put those
Just kidding.
forearms. Use them. Use those legs to climb hills, not your bed. No, I'm kidding.
Squat, bro. Ibrahim's
Yes.
late almost every day. Let's get that clear.
Nobody.
Let's get that
Can
clear.
I just say? Can I say one thing though? Oh, I don't know if you guys have noticed this. People
Yeah.
in my life, I've been on time so much more this year. Okay, last two podcasts. Hold on.
I was late.
Yeah, but I was on time. I've been on time. I've been coming on time. I don't know if you guys have noticed. I was waiting for some compliments in the chat, in the Gen Z Speaks podcast
I'm
chat. Nobody's complimented my
well,
punctuality.
maybe good thing we didn't. Because today was
Today was a very important day. I was doing a lot of important
what were
things.
you doing today?
I was, contemplating the meaning of this episode
No, you were not.
as I listened to a previous episode. No, I was doing other stuff.
What were you doing?
I prefer not to say. I prefer not to say.
Oh. Okay, I think you were gonna say something else.
Yes.
Um
So the title of this podcast was "How to Win Friends and Influence People,"
part 2.
Part 2.
Yeah, we're gonna need a part 3. 'Cause
Because I don't think we've touched on this topic as much. I think we've. This might be a well.
actually, then I think a part 3 would be good because the next one's about being a leader. So I think
Okay.
that we can talk about other stuff too. There's also Yeah, that was the last one. When nothing else works, try this. Throw down a challenge.
Last thing I will say
Yeah.
on this is to influence people,
Hmm.
you need to understand the importance of putting yourself in uncomfortable situations. There's this YouTube channel called Yes Theory. Their motto is seek discomfort.
Hmm.
It's beautiful because you can't win friends, if that's what you really want to call it, or
Yeah.
influence people if you don't know how to navigate difficult situations. So you need to get out of your comfort zone,
Navigate
put yourself into all sorts of situations,
Uh-huh.
and learn how to overcome them. That
How does
is,
that influence people?
well, that makes you better. You can only influence people if
Yeah.
you make yourself the best version of yourself.
Mm,
You can't influence people if you yourself are not confident. You know,
I
you
agree.
can put up a
Yeah.
facade, sure, but that's not going to last.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Sooner or later, people would see through your BS.
100%.
So the key to influencing people and attracting friends is to work on yourself, be better,
Yeah.
put yourself in uncomfortable situations because a lot of social situations are
Mm,
uncomfortable. You know, if you're funny and the other person's not laughing at all, oh my god, that's awkward. That's
right.
uncomfortable. Put yourself in those
Yeah.
situations and learn how to navigate them. Don't just be doing the same thing you're doing every day.
Mm,
If you're going on a bus every day and you'd never talk to the driver, talk to the driver. Ask questions. If he doesn't respond, ask again.
mm,
You know, be funny around people that you're not funny usually around. Change yourself in different
yeah.
circumstances. Like experiment.
I think you need to have, just adding on to that, I think you need to have as many experiences as you can. Experience everything in life. Well,
Everything.
maybe not everything. Maybe not
Yeah,
drugs.
agreed.
I agree. Maybe not stealing or murdering, right? But in terms of,
Yes.
talking to different types of people,
Yeah.
be okay with having a conversation, be okay with traveling, be okay with trying new foods, be okay with, going on a solo. I've never done this. I need to do this still, like a solo trip. Uh, do different things, visit new places, talk to different people. Because the more experiences you have, the more neurons are formed in your brain. And the more neurons are formed in your brain, you're able to decipher different situations. You're able to put a puzzle together with different answers that you might have not had before, right? If you create all these different pathways to solve problems, oh man, you can take down people's conversations. You can take down a business. You can take down a comedian. You can take down,
No, you
uh,
cannot take
you
down
can
a
take down a
comedian. You
cricket
cannot
player.
take down
You can
me.
take down a lawyer. You can take down a podcaster. You can take down a writer. You can take down an actor.
Neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity. Thank you for listing everything I do. Uh, you can enhance your neural pathways. Yes, you
Yes,
can.
exactly.
So when I make fried ramen for you, you should be okay. You should eat every single
Yeah,
ounce
what
of
is
it.
fried ramen?
Well, you should come by sometime. I'll cook you some.
Like
No, fried ramen when
with
you
an egg on it?
nah like fried when you I mess up when it's fried, bro. Like
Oh, like it's
like
toast. It's done.
yes,
Oh, I was
fried
thinking you're actually
ramen,
frying it
bro.
with oil.
Yes.
That's what you're doing?
Like
You're
eat
frying it with
my
oil?
eggs, not eat my fried. Like eat my
I don't want to eat your
eat
eggs,
my
bro.
black
I don't want to eat
yellowy
your eggs.
whitish eggs. Eat them.
I don't want
Finish
your
them.
brown black eggs, bro.
Finish them, please.
Go ahead, go.
Finish them. It's gonna enhance your neuroplasticity. Come to home. Come watch how I operate in
Come to
life.
home. Come to
Come to
home.
home.
Come to
Come
home.
come to my home and see how I act around everyone. Be entertained.
I've learned a lot
Come
from.
listen to my soundtracks.
Does everybody listen to your soundtracks?
They have to. They have no
What do
choice.
they do? What do they say every morning?
Every morning they
Chupre, chupre,
every
chuplio.
every morning they wake up and they thank God for blessing them with a person in their life. Person named Ibrahim. Why did I say it like that? Ibrahim.
Yeah.
Ibrahim Ahmed.
Ibrahim.
All right, thank you guys. We'll see
Thanks.
you for part 3.
Part
Hopefully,
3, boys.
we won't have that many what's it called? Detours along the
Detours. There
way.
you go. Thanks.